it going, guys? You're watching Gamer Logic, and today we're taking a look at the DLC, the first batch of DLC for Deus Ex Human Revolution, and that is The Missing Link. Enjoy. Deus Ex was one of my favorite games of 2011, and when the Missing Link DLC was announced, I was thrilled. I was happy to see that Eidos was willing to invest in the game past the main game's release. The Missing Link retails for 1,200 Microsoft points and is available right now. The DLC itself actually takes place during the main game. Late in the story, Adam sneaks aboard a ship by entering a stasis pod in hopes of finding more information regarding a group of scientists and goes dark for 3 days. In this DLC, those 3 days are explained and Adam experienced far more than a pleasant nap in a stasis pod. He was discovered, beaten, stripped of his augmentations, and now it's up to you to get him off the ship alive. While you're doing that, you reveal more about the Deus Ex storyline as a whole.
You're the cruise director? Because I've got a complaint.
Starting the Missing Link DLC is super easy to launch. Just download the latest title update for the game, get the DLC, and fire up Deus Ex. You can get to the DLC right from the main menu and launch the content. It's like an extended episode of the game. Now, one thing Eidos mentioned about the DLC is that you'll be able to rebuild Adam Jensen with different augs in case you didn't like how you had him set up in the main game. Now, I was under the impression that I'd be able to take my save data, load it into the DLC, and keep my current augs as is. After all, I thought my Adam Jensen was perfect how I set him up. Unfortunately, the Missing Link doesn't use any of your save data from the main game, so in other words, your character doesn't carry over to the DLC. You start fresh, but quickly you find a bunch of practice kits to set up your Adam how you like. Though, if you're trying to match him how he was in the main game, you'll still be missing a few key powers. It's a little disappointing, but you'll get over it quickly. When it comes to graphics, sounds, soundtrack, and overall gameplay, the Missing Link plays just like the main game. Nothing more, nothing less. If you're expecting a completely new experience from the main game with this DLC, you will be disappointed. If you were a fan of the main game though, you're going to love this, as it's simply more Deus Ex. So what can you expect from the DLC in terms of where the story takes place? What kind of environments are we going to be sneaking around in or fighting in? Well, picture an industrial ship, a really big one. Actually, scratch that. Take the tanker ship from Metal Gear Solid 2 and drop Adam Jensen into it instead of Snake, and you have a really good idea of what kind of environments you're going to be in. Tight corridors, but with just enough space to hide, and plenty of air ducts to sneak around in. Solid Snake would be proud. Now, you won't run into any new types of enemies in the DLC, and the final boss of the Missing Link, well, he's a giant pushover. One headshot and he's done. In fact, I think you can actually do a takedown on him as well. Now, he's guarded by various guards and robots and turrets and stuff, but honestly, when it's one-on-one with them, I think I had more resistance from gang members in the full game than I did with the leader. The Missing Link took me about 4 hours to complete, and as I completed the DLC, I met several characters, took down a lot of soldiers, and killed a lot of people, more so than I would normally have in the main game. I mean, hey, I was on a boat, nothing else was really going on, and no one was going to miss these guys.
You letting anyone in, or just women?
Who are you?
Overall, The Missing Link is well worth the purchase if you were a fan of the main game and are dying to experience more in the Deus Ex universe. If you had a passing interest in the game, then there's nothing here in the DLC that'll change your mind about it as a whole. Now, with that being said, Eidos has announced that this isn't the only piece of DLC for the game, and that usually means a Game of the Year edition is on its way eventually. Now, personally, as much as I love having a physical copy of content, I couldn't wait to get a hold of this DLC. I give it a 4 out of 5, and can't wait to see what else Eidos is going to give us for Deus Ex.
The name's Jensen. I came here looking for someone. Megan Reed.
Reed? I've seen her research. Gary thinks it could be the key we